Hi, fellow marketers. Welcome to Data Driven Buzz. And today, the elevation of our show has increased because we have been joined by a marketer at Google. Mr. Kunal Singh is here. Kunal, you have just elevated the IQ and EQ of this show by your presence. I want to tell all of my viewers that Kunal and I have been long friends for 14 years. We went to Manipal Institute of Technology together, where we did engineering. And then, Kunal, I'm going through your glorious LinkedIn profile right now. Mechanical engineering from Manipal Institute of Technology. Then you went to IIT Dhanbad for your postgraduate program. And finally, your journey in the digital analytics and digital advertising industry began with your first job at InMobi, where you held multiple roles, followed by an impressive job at TikTok.
Yeah,
And then finally, you found your way into Google, where also you're currently a senior programmatic specialist. So you have to also explain our viewers a little bit about your current role. But also on a personal level, Kunal is a cricket fan by heart, an avid traveler. He has so many stories to share. And he's also a foodie. He claims to be. But I have never seen a person who eats this slow and he never even finishes his plate. But welcome to the channel, Kunal. This is your first video with us. We're very glad you're here.
yeah. First of all, hello, fellow marketers, and thanks for inviting me here, Pratik, and giving me this wonderful opportunity. Feel really happy, excited, and slightly privileged as well to be, on my best friend's channel here, and really happy to, talk about digital marketing in general. It's something I'm really passionate about, something I've been doing for the last 8+ years. And as you mentioned, we go long back, right? We used to, hang out back in college. We continued to stay in touch after college, and we continue to still meet up at times, and even attend cricket matches together, which we did last year.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And the weird part is,
let's
Kunal, when we were, growing up together, I would say growing up kind of like in the, adult
yeah. Now it
version.
does feel that we are
We
growing up
were
back in
we were
college
not
too.
related to marketing at all. Like we grew into our marketing careers separately, right? And now we are finally able to chat about marketing because generally we talk about other stuff. So that is also another exciting part.
Yeah,
So one of the main focus in my channel is that if someone is coming from a tech background or a different background, I want to make it easier for them. How can they learn marketing faster? And that's why one of the reasons we bring a guest like Kunal. Kunal is a marketer at Google, and his insights will actually help you learn about marketing, maybe inspire you to be a marketer if you're already not. And then another aim of my channel is to keep a close eye on marketing trends and AI trends and share those with our viewers. So, Kunal, before you even tell us about your role, I want to understand how you got into this industry. Like, tell us about your journey.
yeah. Well, I'll say this is one question used to at least keep getting asked a lot because my profile has been very different. Like you mentioned earlier, we were back at Manipal, and I studied mechanical engineering for 4 years. After that, I actually did a master degree in mechanical engineering as well. I studied at the IIT Dhanbad, and I again worked and did mechanical engineering. So after 6 years of mechanical engineering, what I realized is that at that point of time, at that time, at least in India, even across the world, tech was booming. Right, we were in a major tech boom across the world, and with tech, technology was getting uh, introduced in other industries, and other industries were getting revolutionized, which came into the marketing industry as well. And digital marketing was booming at that point of time. And from my research and conversations with people working in the industry, what I understood was that this is an up and coming sector. I'll still say that back in 2016, this was an up and coming sector,
It
and
must
there
have been a
was
difficult
tremendous.
transition in the beginning, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
kind of like
it
Steve
was
Smith
difficult.
transitioning from bowler to a number one batter.
Yeah, but he did that, even though Shane Warne did not want him to. So I just saw that this industry is booming right now, and because this industry was new, there
Mm,
was they were actually hiring a lot. They were looking for a lot of people.
correct.
So though it was a difficult transitions, what I did is I actually tried to connect with people who are already working in the industry in similar companies,
Mm,
try to understand from them what they do, how they do, and what are the type of
mm,
skills this industry is looking for. And I came across this uh, Indian startup at that point of time, an Indian digital marketing startup called InMobi. They were still a startup, less than, not even a unicorn back then, but they
mm,
had, some really aggressive, ambitious plans, and they were looking for people to come in and join. And I applied. I had spoken to a few people and interviewed at a few places already. In fact, I had given two more interviews in the digital marketing space before that.
mm,
So I did have some experience and understanding already of the industry. And yeah, luckily I got in. Uh, I'll still say, considering it was a entry level role, the requirements or digital marketing experience was not something they were really looking for in depth.
Hmm.
So, I just at that time it just worked out. But yeah, I used to keep getting these questions all across the board. People in my personal circle or even other places. On after the question was that after doing digital mechanical engineering for 6 years, why did you do this, or how did you
You still get
come
that.
here? Yeah, I'll say now I've stopped getting it because I've been working for 8 years, but I used to keep getting that question. So what I thought, or what I plan to do, is that I will keep working here and build a strong experience and credentials in the industry.
Hmm.
After I do that, one day people will stop asking because I've been doing the same thing for long. So I actually did that. I ended up working at InMobi for 4 years. And yeah, after
And
4 years,
correct me, Kunal, but that first role was more like a technical data centric role, right? I mean, we
I'll
all
not
work
say,
with data as marketers, but that particular role initially you were doing more data analysis, correct?
yeah, so that role was, going, getting your hands dirty by actually setting up digital marketing campaigns, running digital marketing campaigns, optimizing them. I was the person who's actually doing this all on the ground or on the platform, and it included a lot of data analysis in terms of working with
Hmm.
different, multiple marketing campaigns and analyzing them and coming up with results and insights. So it was data centric, but yeah, I'll say the data part was maybe just half of it. It was more on
Yeah.
the operational side of things, but because I was doing everything from the ground up, it helped me actually understand
Accelerate
on
your
what it
learning,
is
right?
we are
That's
doing.
what
Yeah.
happens when you join startups or marketing agencies. So I guess somewhere it played a very good part for you, Kunal. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree, completely agree. And because I was working on something from the ground up, it helped me build a strong base, first of all. I
Hmm.
could understand the basics really well. And your understanding of the industry is something which you build over a period of time, but actually, at least understood the basics on what really happens
Hmm.
at the, you know, lower ground level, and how exactly things are set up and run in the digital marketing ecosystem. So that's how I got in. I built a lot of good experience for 4 years. Then I decided it was time for some change. And at that time, TikTok was not as big as it is today when it's the news and we have Trump talking about it, all the time. But yeah, TikTok was something I had heard of, but I did not know that they're going to be this huge then. But
I think it
again, they're in a
just
growing phase.
like exponentially got popular during COVID
Yes, yes,
time.
yes. I really want to talk about that as well. But yeah, at that kind of time, they were expanding in India big time. And yeah, they were recruiting. I applied, I got in, and then the pandemic hit, and that's when it just boomed. When the pandemic hit, people had a lot of time. People, they were not going out; they just wanted to spend more time. They just had to spend time on their phones, on the digital media. And I believe what TikTok really did well was that they understood at least the younger generation at the point of time.
Gen
I
Z.
still remember one of the pitches. It's not just about Gen Z, but in general,
Hmm.
the thing which TikTok really played on, and I remember this was one of the key points in the pitches, was the attention span of users are shrinking.
Yes.
The attention span right now, what the narrative was then, was attention span right now is less than that of a goldfish, or comparative to that of goldfish, which is
Yeah, I've heard
actually
that.
7 seconds. And if you look at all of the mediums, be it social media, YouTube, whatever, they have at least they used to have a different position altogether. But TikTok was use short videos. 15 seconds is the optimum length we say for a TikTok video.
Yeah.
That's what TikTok thrived on. It used to give people instant dopamine boosts, playing on with their short attention span now, giving them videos with, you know, hooks at the start such that they stayed glued
Yeah.
in. And I'm someone who had never used TikTok earlier, honestly, before moving to TikTok. But after I moved to TikTok, I could actually experience it firsthand on how they actually do it.
Yeah.
There were days I was actually browsing TikTok for 2 to 3 hours. Yeah, in my mind, I was saying that, maybe I'm working because I'm here at TikTok, but still the platform was that addictive that you could just, spend 2 to 3 hours on it.
No, absolutely. Even today, TikTok has 800 million users monthly, even though
Global, yeah.
Indians are not able to use it. But TikTok is still so popular here in the US. And we often hear that uh, just for younger audience, some product companies, they have to target Snapchat and TikTok to attract that younger generation people, especially like if you're promoting like sneaker shoes or some fancy clothing wear, you have to target on those platforms.
TikTok has become a part of our culture, I'll say,
Yeah.
now. But yeah, they actually I mean, the platform they actually created was really good. They actually used, AI and machine learning really well. If you look at a TikTok app, it actually records the different touch points on how a user is browsing a video, how much time it's using on a video, what is the category of video he's
Mm,
browsing, which videos he likes, comments, or subscribes to. And the algorithm works really, really well to get some real to give you some really good
mm,
recommendations. And it gets people hooked.
yeah, no, absolutely. And then Kunal, how did you get into Google after TikTok? Because you only stayed in TikTok for like less than a year and a half, right?
Yeah, so uh, yeah, that's a different story altogether. But back then, I mean, even now, there has always been a big political tussle between India and China, and
Yeah.
overnight, government of India decided to ban TikTok outright, and
Mm,
which meant that in a few months I'll be out of a job. So I was, honestly speaking, enjoying at TikTok. I was living, working at TikTok because not only things were really fast paced, and we felt like we are moving at, changing the world. We are breaking Google, Facebook day in day out.
yeah.
But TikTok actually cared a lot for the employees. It was a very employee friendly company, so I enjoyed working there. But yeah, with the ban and everything, I had to move on, and I was looking for opportunities in the ecosystem at that point of time. And considering I already had a name like TikTok in my resume,
Yeah.
it meant that I've actually worked for one of the biggest digital marketing or biggest digital companies in the world.
Yes.
So it helped me get shortlisted for a lot of good companies, including
Mm,
Google. And yeah, I got shortlisted. I prepared a lot for the interview, spoke to a lot of people, did my research. I understood one thing which is really important is that wherever you're trying to go, you need to speak to people over there and do as much research as
mm,
possible. Yes, you can, go to multiple websites, LinkedIn, and read blogs, articles, watch videos, but it's still much, much better to actually speak to someone who's already there, who's doing that day in, day out. They actually give you the real picture of what really happens over there and what you need to do to get
mm.
there. All that helped me crack a role here, which was not easy, honestly. It was the third time I'd applied here, and I finally got shortlisted and converted the interview. But yeah, it was a good learning, enriching experience overall.
And before we talk more about like the technicalities of your role, we have heard Kunal that Google gives you really good employee perks. Is that true?
Yes, the best way to say it is that Google believes in taking good care of the employees, like really good care of the employees. Uh, to give an example, in the pandemic, we got $1,000 as work from home budget. It was budget to just set up your home office.
Mm,
Don't think a lot of companies do that. And in general, they do a lot to make you feel comfortable. In many countries, they actually have cab pickup drop service for their employees. Not there in
same.
US, but yeah, in many countries they have that. Within the office, you have free food. Not many companies do that. Even Microsoft, Amazon don't have free food.
Yeah.
But here you get free breakfast, free lunch, evening snacks, and some offices even serve you dinner. And this is not the usual college canteen food. It's like really good food with really good varieties. There are some offices which have 3 to 4 different cafes, each cafe serving a different cuisine.
So they have good chefs and all that. Mm,
Yeah, they have good chefs, really good quality of food. They take feedback from the employees on what we have liked, what we have not liked, and they use it to, improve the food for people. Besides food, you actually have gym. Gym has become pretty standard now, but you have really good gyms here. Having looked at other companies,
yeah.
you have multiple gym trainers over there. You have really good machines. You have dance fitness Zumba classes. You have yoga classes for employee well-being. You even have a spa in the office.
Oh
You
wow.
can take like 1 to 2 free classes in a year, but still you have a very, very, I'll say, cheap but
And
really high quality spa with an office. Many offices have heated swimming pools. I mean, it's a global company, so there are a lot of offices, but yeah, the perks
that
are
that's a long list.
insane
We do have gym, but we
all
have to
across.
pay the membership fee for the gym.
Yes, and these are just this is a laundry list of things to do. They do, but you have to understand what they actually do is they try to make people as comfortable as possible
Kunal,
here.
talking on comfort, another thing that you mentioned when you were touring in the States, I remember in 2023 you went to the New York office, you went to the California side office as well, and you said that you could scan your same badge anywhere in Google Office, right?
Yeah,
That really fascinated me because when I toured my company office in Chennai, I had to go through 3 rounds of security. And so this is also very interesting. Like you said, comfort of the employee. Like whenever I go to my another company location, I waste half an hour to just get in. So doesn't make sense.
yeah, and I believe you need to do things like these as well because considering we're such a big global company, there are people who will be traveling throughout. Always people
Yeah.
will be on the move, traveling from one office to the other for multiple projects,
Mm.
collaborations, or in general for work. So we need to have that flexibility. Sometimes, I mean, it has happened with me also that within a week I had to visit three different Google offices for some work or some meetings. So
Mm.
you need to have you reduce the friction such that you can just go and get your work done.
So Kunal, let's hear from you about your growth at Google. I know you have changed titles as well. So what was your last title? What is your current title? And yeah, what is your day-to-day role in at
Yeah,
Google?
cool. So let me first explain my role. So I work as a senior programmatic specialist right now. I mean, I joined as a programmatic specialist and I got promoted to a senior programmatic specialist. After this, I'll become a lead. So in in Google, there is a set of roles which are the product specialist roles.
Hmm.
Google has multiple ad products, I can say. You have you have ads on YouTube, you have ads on search. They also have a programmatic play. Now, a lot of people know what programmatic is. Many people don't as well, but programmatic is basically an automated way of buying and selling ads, wherein by signing up on one platform, you're able to actually buy ads from almost all across the world.
Hmm.
For example, I work on Google's programmatic platform, which is called Display and Video 360, DV360, wherein I can buy invent ads on say YouTube to Spotify to Netflix to Disney Plus.
Hmm.
So you can use one platform to buy ads literally anywhere. I mean, almost everywhere else, will say,
But Netflix is
because
not even connected to Google. So explain that part
it
one more
is,
time.
it is. It's connected to Google now.
Oh,
If I, you must have, so Netflix announced this last year that they will start monetizing their inventory, which
you
means
also
that they
mentioned
have
Disney, right?
ad-supported models. Yeah, Disney. So long story short, companies like Disney Plus, Google, Paramount, Peacock, Hulu, they have a subscription model, but they have an ad-supported subscription model as well, wherein they need ads.
Yeah.
So for to get these ads, they get it directly as well from advertisers, but they also work with other programmatic platforms. For example, Google's TV360, or there's another company called Trade Desk, or even through I I believe Amazon DSP also allows it.
Hmm.
If you want me to explain this, I can tell you first of all that I mean we are marketers, so we know that the digital marketing space in general is very, very complex and fragmented, and it's
It is, man.
all across the
Marketing
place.
is a very complex
Yeah,
science. I'm trying to figure out. Even your one platform, Google Ads, it is so complex. It has so much data that a marketer will get tired, but you will not be able to go through all the list.
everything.
And
Yes. So because
luckily,
of
I love the
how
integration though. Like I love that how I can integrate that data flow directly to Google Analytics platform. And similarly, yeah. So yeah, please go on.
yes, so because of how complex it has become, for a Netflix or a Disney Plus to show ads on their platform, they also need to take a very complex route. I'll give you a basic example of how it becomes complex. Now, for a Disney Plus to show ads on Disney Plus, they first have a sales team who goes out and sells ads in the market. So let's say the biggest advertisers over there, like maybe Target, Walmart, or others,
Hmm.
they will directly work with the Disney sales team to book ads on the Disney platform. But in addition to this, they also have integrations with other big players.
Hmm.
I'll say programmatic players. Like Google is a programmatic player. There are other programmatic players. Like there is a Trade Desk, there is App Nexus, there is
Hmm.
Amazon DSP now as well. There are multiple programmatic players out there. And because Disney does not want to lose out on the other ad dollars in the market as well, they work with these partners also who help get more ads for them.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to lose out on the money in the market, right? So for that,
Yeah.
you need to have this kind of dual or three-way strategy wherein you'll have a direct way,
Hmm.
plus you'll have to work with different programmatic players in the market as well.
That is also interesting, like how sometimes big companies, even rivals, they are trying to support each other as well in some way or the other. I see
Yeah,
one
so
example is that I have a Google Nest doorbell, but I was able to connect that with my Amazon Alexa to give me an alert if someone is outside the door. So initially, this was not possible when the first version of Google cameras were launched,
yes,
and
yes,
Alexa.
there was an issues earlier.
Yes.
So I mean, look at it this way. I can give you a very interesting example of say
Yeah.
Netflix. What Netflix is doing or is trying to do because it's very recent. Netflix started to support ads on the platform only as of last year.
Hmm.
Now, if you want to show ads on a big website like Netflix, which has millions of users all across the world, and you do not, and you want your users to still have a good experience while showing ads, what you need to do is you need to build the tech infrastructure behind it, right? Which is a very cost and resource intensive thing to
Yeah,
do.
and
So what
ads
they
have
did
to be
is,
relatable to that local area. So,
yes, it's I mean it's a lot.
hmm,
You do have to build an ads platform to make sure that the ads are coming in properly, they're loading properly, and you need to add targeting layers on top of it, such that you have things like relevance and contextualization with respect to the users who are watching
hmm,
Netflix at that point of time. So they work with Microsoft to actually build their ad infrastructure, which is where you'll have ads coming in, how it will have ads coming in.
hmm,
But after building the ads infrastructure, you need someone to sell that also, right, in the market. So
hmm,
Netflix hired a sales team who will actually reach out to different advertisers and show ads on their platform. But again, it's very difficult, right? Netflix has to do it all across the globe, and they're like umpteen advertisers outside. How big of a sales team can they actually, you know,
yeah,
hire and run? Because they do not have that kind of experience in digital marketing, also like a Google or Facebook would, and it's not their primarily business model.
hmm,
So in addition to that sales team, they worked on integrations with, say, Google through its programmatic platform DV360. They have integrations with other players in the market like Trade Desk. There's another company I'm forgetting the name of. I think it's AppNexus, through which they have an integration. So in a way, Google sales reps also sell Netflix, saying that, hey, we have Netflix, we have premium inventories like Netflix on our platform. So when you're spending $100, why can't, I mean, when you're spending, maybe $1 million on Google,
hmm,
on, on Google ads, how about spending 10K or 15K here as well? It helps
hmm,
you diversify your reach, helps you gain
right.
access to more stuff, and you don't even have to deal with Netflix directly. Everything is happening through one channel, which
Yeah,
reduces, which makes marketing more efficient for you at the end of the day. So
oh,
Netflix did all
absolutely.
this, but now if you see the Netflix earnings in Q4, it's really good. It's
Hmm,
best ever for them. Their stock is an all-time high. I think the stock ran up like 20 to 30%. Why? Because they're doing tremendous uplift through ads. So now Netflix is building an ad platform as well,
hmm,
wherein you will actually be able to go directly to ads.netflix.com, create an account like you do on Google Ads, and you'll be actually be able to run ads on Netflix, which is not available today.
yeah.
So, I mean,
No,
it's
that is
just
very
very complex.
interesting. I actually did
Continues
not
to work
know.
with partners. Netflix continues to do it directly, but they also are building a platform like a Google Ads.
Retail media marketing is also huge.
Yeah, honestly speaking, retail media is something very old. I mean, not new now. Amazon
Yeah,
has been doing it since years. You could run ads on Amazon, which is
yeah,
essentially Amazon monetizing their own inventory, which
correct.
has been there for long. But retail media, I believe, is booming now. That's why we hear about it more and more. And why companies want to do retail media is because retail media gives them a very contextual platform. If someone is searching for a product on Amazon or Walmart, you know that the user has a very high affinity to buy something. So
Correct.
that is the best opportunity, right? The best window
Yeah,
for you to show ads. Hence, retail media is booming right now.
yeah,
Amazon, if you look at Amazon earnings, Amazon ads is is the fastest growing revenue business globally. It's not Amazon Web Services anymore. It used to be, I think, 2, 3 years back.
yeah.
And
AWS used to be.
yeah, Amazon is investing a lot into the ads platform now.
Yeah. No, actually, I was surprised when I first started working in marketing. I found out that 40% people, I think, search for products at Amazon, and I personally have never had such. So I was surprised seeing that statistics. Kunal, I'm going a little bit off script. I also want to ask about Performance Max. So Google introduced Performance Max, if I am correct, like just
Yes.
2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And so how is it different than Google's search ads?
Yeah. So, I mean, look at search ads as the traditional way.
Hmm.
People come in, they search for something, you show them ads below above their search results.
Right.
A very basic way. It's a very basic way of doing things. Whereas with performance, this is used for a lot of performance marketing, because if someone is searching for something,
Hmm.
they have very high likelihood of converting to your ads. But this is what this does is for you is that it just gives you access to search, Google search as a property, and ads only on Google search.
Right.
Now, Performance Max does, it gives you access to much more than just Google search. It gives you access to YouTube. It gives access to YouTube, Google Shopping. It gives access to even display ads
Even
on
maps, I
other,
think. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and user journeys are getting really complex.
Hmm.
Now, a user, when they're looking to buy something new or think about, and they're researching to get something new, Google search is not the only platform they will actually engage with. They might, search for it on YouTube, watch some videos, or maybe browse some websites, some blogs. So user journeys have become really complex now. So as a marketer, if you want the best bang for a buck and the most efficient way to reach out to your potential customers, just spending on Google search does not cut it. You need to spend on other platforms as well.
Mm.
And now when I say you need to spend on other platforms, I mean there are like umpteen, unlimited number of platforms out there. Where will you, even if you have to manage three different platforms, say a search, a YouTube, and another third
Mm.
social media platform, maybe you need to
You can say
set up
Meta's name.
campaigns
It's not
everywhere.
that difficult.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, Meta. So, so if you want to manage multiple platforms, it's a lot of operational hurdles. Running campaigns everywhere, pulling
Yeah.
up reports, optimizations, this creating separate strategies for every platform. It's
But
become really, really operational.
yeah, specifically with PMax, my one complaint is it's kind of like a
Yes.
black box, right? Because it is running on those
So
complex machine learning
agree,
algorithms that,
agree.
yeah,
So like I mentioned, marketing has become really complex because user journeys have also become very complex.
yeah.
So what PMax does is PMax makes it really, really simpler and much more efficient for you.
Mm.
Now, to run a performance ad, you just go to PMax. Why? PMax helps you run your campaign, your ads across not just Google search. It runs ads on YouTube as well.
Right.
It run ads on Gmail, Google Maps,
Yeah.
or even on static display websites.
Mm.
And if you use PMax, it does everything. Not it it's not just about running on these platforms. It also helps you do your bidding. Now, every platform has its own nuances.
Mm.
So a bid on Google search will be very different from a bid on YouTube. A
Right.
bid for a user who's just starting their user journey will be very different from a user who's in the probably the last stage of conversion.
Correct.
And again, even if you're a hotel company per se, you might want to have a different creative for a user who is searching for a 2 3 star hotel versus a user who's looking for a fancy 5 star vacation somewhere in Hawaii maybe.
Mm.
So Performance Max solves for all this. So it is
Mm.
running ads through these 6 7 different platforms. It is it helps you calculate your bidding automatically. It helps you select the audience automatically. The ad for different audiences are different, right? It helps you select your creative also. In PMax, you upload multiple creatives, and Google ML AI algorithms actually select which ad might work best with this audience who
Mm.
is in this stage of the user journey.
Mm.
So it automates everything from these different platforms to your bidding strategy, to your audience strategy, and your creative strategy as well.
Mm.
So this makes PMax really, really powerful. Now, on it being a black box, yes, there is like so much happening behind, right? We are just talking earlier about how it's difficult to manage multiple different channels.
Yeah.
You have one channel doing everything for you, and I mean, it's just and this happens at such a large scale with so much data, audiences, creatives, users in the mix that you can't really, go and check even
Yeah.
everything. So we
I,
just
I
let
I
our
see. Like
algorithms do
PMax
everything.
is more versatile, and also with PMax you have to have a little bit of patience. As we found out in our company, initially we were not getting good results. The cost per acquisition was very high, but our media agency kept saying that it's still training itself. Just
Yes.
have wait for a few months, and then we did notice at one point PMax started giving good result. But it's again very versatile because we started using it for generating leads, but then we started using PMax after some time for the middle stage, the brand consideration. So again, it can play different kind of roles based on how you want to use PMax.
Yes, and PMax is very versatile. You can actually decide on what kind of KPIs or goals you want to keep for a campaign, and it manages the campaigns accordingly.
Mm.
So I believe with products like PMax, this is where we are actually realizing the power of AI in in action in action on our marketing campaigns. This is where we are just telling AI that this is I want to run a campaign for this brand or this product, and this is the objective I want, and AI just decides where the ads are supposed to be run, how it is supposed to be run, what kind of creatives it needs, and everything else. And it
Finally, you
just
brought up
imagine
AI,
how much
Kunal. So I think
time
we
it
we
helps
have to
save you.
move. We have to move into the
Yeah.
next segment, AI in marketing, the role of AI.
Yes.
And Kunal, I have some bad news for you. You probably already know this, but 2024 was the first time when Google lost its market share in the search by 2% because of growth of other AI platforms, like especially like ChatGPT. Now, Google is still very impressive, has a market share on search for 89% of the searches, but it was 91% a year ago. And if we convert this into the revenue, Kunal, I've heard it's about $4 billion. That 2% search. So how is Google, like, first of all, how you see the role of AI in marketing, right? And then like this is a challenge for Google. So how they are trying to combat against this?
Yes, so I believe we are finally seeing the actual power of AI in action. All these years we have been thinking about talking about terminators coming in, or
Yeah.
AI and machine learning being the next big thing, data science being the next big thing. But now we're actually able to see AI in action.
Generative AI
As
is
we are
finally
talking
booming.
about,
Hmm.
yeah, generative AI is booming. We have people using generative AI for everything from writing emails to doing research to creating workout plans to creating travel plans. AI is actually doing everything for you. There are a lot of people who are making their resumes with AI. I mean, probably some of the questions we're
Yeah, I did
using
that
here
too. It was
came
very
from AI.
easy, Kunal. I was wasting time, but my last resume I
So
built using AI. It took 20 minutes.
yes, so AI is actually helping us, do a lot of our manual operational tasks efficiently.
Hmm.
So this AI is now coming into marketing as well.
Absolutely.
Like we're talking about earlier, marketing is very complex. A user journey is very complex now. The marketing landscape has become very fragmented. So this is where AI comes in. AI helps automate all this for you and helps you
Hmm.
find the best way to all this. Taking the example of just performance max, as we were just discussing earlier.
Hmm.
Earlier, performance used to be maybe just ads on search,
Hmm.
but now Google search is not the only place people go to the the user journey.
Yeah.
So PMax does that for you. It helps you reach out to more than just search and helps do it at a much bigger scale and in a more efficient and effective way.
Yeah.
From the numbers I've heard or I've seen, PMax has improved the actual performance of ads or the actual return on ad spends by say 20 to 30% at times.
Hmm.
Uh, PMax is something we do on the performance side. Similarly, Google has a product called Demand Gen, which is on the brand side to improve your
Okay.
brand impact. So
Heard
what
about
I
it.
believe we are going to see here is AI is going to help us humans in automate all of the operational manual tasks which we used to do,
Hmm.
remove all that, help us do things more efficiently.
Yeah.
For example, if an email took you 10 minutes to write earlier, maybe you can use AI, give it 4 points, and it helps you do everything within 2 minutes.
Correct.
And we are going to save this time to focus more on the qualitative side of things,
Absolutely.
more on the quality and strategy
Hmm.
of digital marketing. So yeah, we are
I
going to
really
make
like
much more.
the AI
Yes.
overviews, Kunal, by the way. The Google's sub feature AIO, it's very impressive. Search generative experience was a nightmare, though, honestly, yes, because for our industry, when it came out last year, I think this time only, springtime, any query was using search generative experience. So our organic traffic was hit very bad, like to the website. And but after
Okay.
AIO, it became stabilized. And now,
Yeah.
good thing is, recently we are seeing that Google AI overview is giving a lot of citation. So that organic traffic you can still get if you are, you know, being updated to the current how AI is thinking. If you can also think and put content like that, your website will get a citation from AI.
Yeah. So we are in a big shift, right, in the industry or in our personal lives as well,
Hmm.
with AI taking bringing coming center stage, and a lot of things are being done for the first time. So there will be, I mean, we should all take it with a pinch of salt that there will be things which break here and there, or experience which are not that great
Yeah.
here and there, but it's improving. To be honest, I haven't seen Google ship a product like Gemini or generative AI at such a fast pace
Yeah.
in the last few years.
2.0
So it
is
is
already
just
there.
it just shows you on how much a company is investing in terms of money and resources to develop a good product.
Definitely.
It's not
And
just at Google though. I mean, you could look at OpenAI or Amazon or anywhere
yeah.
in tech right now. Everyone is investing in generative AI. Even and we could see how deep our economy is into it as well when the DeepSeek news came in. The
Yeah.
DeepSeek
Yeah.
news instantly, wiped out billions and billions from the US stock markets, all from our tech companies. So yeah, we should all embrace AI. We should not be scared of it and think that no, AI will replace me or take up my jobs. We have seen multiple shifts in the for humans, right? When the industrial revolution came in, things got automated.
Correct.
I mean, did it mean that people will not have jobs tomorrow? No. When mobile came in, I mean, when internet came in, it was a big shift. When
Yeah.
mobile came in, it was a big shift. It just made humans more efficient. It's not that humans became obsolete and humans just lost jobs
Absolutely.
here and there. The work they do became more and more efficient, more and more
Hmm.
qualitative, and more, you can say, more and more quality work than manual operational work. So we need to embrace AI. We need to get trained with AI and become comfortable with it. What Google is also doing these days is trying to bring in AI to automate or make marketing more efficient. So just to take a quick example of YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Today, if you look at YouTube, YouTube is not just, I mean, if you look at YouTube, yes, we use YouTube for not just watching the usual videos which we used to have earlier. Now you have live streams on YouTube. Now you have YouTube
Shorts.
Shorts.
Yeah.
there are at least, I mean, there are umpteen types of ads which you can show on YouTube. So I mean, you and me are experienced marketers, but for someone new coming in, it's very difficult for them to actually understand what are the different types of marketing activities possible on YouTube and how
Mm,
they will actually make a strategy for each one of them separately. Google is adding AI here. On Google Ads, you can go and you can just input all the details that this is my brand, this is the KPIs I'm looking for, this is the budget I have, and help me get these results with this budget. Help me drive, say purchases with 100K on
mm,
YouTube.
mm.
So, and after you input this with the creatives and audience targeting, AI does the rest for you. It automatically runs your campaign in the most efficient way possible throughout YouTube Shorts, YouTube videos, or even through the YouTube user feed.
No, that is brilliant.
This is
And
just one example. Yeah.
yeah, and I was talking about that AI overviews. AI overviews also started citing citation of YouTube videos, which was very interesting in September 2024. So now
Yes.
we,
Now when you search for something, you actually get results saying that what you're searching for is from the 20th to 30th second of this video.
yeah,
So
or
yeah,
sometimes
this
they
is how
will
powerful
try to pick a
AI
short
has
video.
become.
So yeah,
Yes, they do, depending on whatever makes most is of the most relevance.
yeah. And this is also a lesson for those companies. Like if you want AI to citation your company or your website, you have to make sure it runs very fast. The site speed is very important now because AI is always trying to answer query as quickly as possible. So if your website lags, then you're probably not gonna get a citation. So
Yeah, so you
from the
should probably use
eh,
AI to change the
SEO
website
point of
design
view,
as well. Even, I mean, SEO and SEM, I mean, SEO and SEM are old technologies. I think they're like 15-year-old terms which we are still using now.
yeah.
It's time that they also get revolutionized with AI. It's time they also change with the changing dynamics of the technology industry.
Yeah, actually, I was going through this tool called SAMrush, and I was very surprised. It has such a good way of creating content. Like there is a section AI helps you create content, and it's just like you just answer a few questions. What topic do you want to write an article about? And then based on the user search, right, it will automatically give you like you have to put these keywords in your article so that it goes high on people's search. And then it will also tell you like ideally you should write about 200 words. So it will help you so much that you can actually I think I've heard this like because of using AI, people are able to write content 50% times faster than they used to. Like if they
Yes,
want to
it's
write a blog, it will be take half the time.
just imagine to reach this level, how much time and effort you needed. Maybe, it for a new for someone new getting into this, it would have taken maybe 3 to 4 years to reach, or maybe at least 1 to 2 years to reach
Yeah.
this level of understanding that articles need to be smaller, it needs to have such keywords, and it has to be designed this way for it to
Yeah.
get maximum impact. I mean, all this getting automated, revolutionized big time. So I'm really excited with AI coming into our lives
Yeah.
more and
What I'm not liking, Kunal, is those Instagram videos and TikTok videos where people are using AI to
more.
do some
Deepfakes,
weird things like maybe two rivals like kissing each other, like
yeah,
President
those
Trump and Kim Jong Un.
deepfakes
The
are a
funny
big
misuse of
issue,
AI.
right? Yeah, deepfakes are a big issue, something which we also talk about a lot here at work. So, I mean, everything bring comes in with a positive and a negative side as well. So this is
Yeah.
again something we need to work on. Companies have a big responsibility to work
Hmm.
on things like this. I mean, while we are making tremendous advancements in the industry, we also hear news about, say, I think this came about Elon Musk recently that he's making a consortium of uh, people who are actually trying to bring in more control over OpenAI on
Hmm.
to make sure OpenAI is not run for profits and it's run more for helping humans with
Right.
tasks and just to keep some control over it. We
Hmm.
need new age solutions now to counter
Uh,
things like deepfakes.
yeah. Yeah.
I think Facebook also came up with this feature that they're going to mark what is an AI generated image or a video versus the original video. There's a
Correct.
lot of work happening over
Hmm.
here to make sure that internet remains safe and inclusive for everyone.
That's a very good thought. Do you have some more stories about emerging technologies? Like I know I've heard like Google has big plans with Google Lens, and then I was seeing an interview of Mark Zuckerberg. He was saying that we are going to do more with the glasses people wear, right? Like
Glasses, yeah.
smart glasses, yeah. So have you heard anything, any other cool stories, Kunal? And what is the plan with Google Lens, like with if you know?
Yeah, well, it's something I don't know about. In
Hmm.
general, companies develop a lot of things, you know, at the back end. We get to know only when it's closer to launch. But on the idea behind Google Lens or the Facebook Ray-Ban glasses, I believe it is very revolutionary.
Mm.
There was a time I used to hear a lot about virtual reality, right? And Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, they took a big risk by changing Facebook into Meta and going really bullish on metaverse, but it did not really work out because it was virtual reality. It needed people to wear these big glasses, which were,
Yeah.
felt heavy and made your head heavy and made your eyes pain after a point of time. So
Mm.
we all got to know that it's not something going mainstream, at least for humans.
Yeah.
But glasses are something which solve all this and help us go from virtual reality to augmented reality. I
Mm.
mean, you cannot change reality and make it virtual, right? The reality will be there, but imagine everything you have on your phone coming on your glasses. You just have to wear a glass.
Yeah.
And Facebook has a really good product, which are the Ray-Ban glasses. They are maybe slightly heavier than the normal
Mm.
glasses you and me are wearing. But imagine you have a glass and you get everything on your which you have on your phone in your glasses. So there's a speaker here which you can use to receive calls
That'll
or
be
take
insane.
calls. You can check maps directly on your screen. You can check out the time, the schedule, your calendar, everything on it,
Yeah.
just on the glass which you're wearing, which helps you still stay in the current world in a very non-intrusive way. It just helps or enhances your experience, which is augmented reality. So I
Mm.
believe through these lenses and glasses, we are actually reaching a stage wherein augmented reality will actually become common. We have seen sci-fi videos, movies, right, wherein you see everything on your screen
Yeah.
or on your, glasses. So I believe this can be revolutionary. Maybe it will take time, but it's already coming. So
Yeah.
it's one emerging technology I believe can come up. Another thing which is very quickly gaining mainstream is rings. Not sure if you've heard, but Samsung has rings now.
Okay.
Rings track much more than just what a smartphone can, a smartwatch can.
Mm.
A smartwatch is something you might not feel like wearing all the time, but a ring is, just another accessory you have, and having
Yeah.
that ring will help you give you access to all the information about what's happening in your body, your sleep cycles, and everything else.
Mm.
Speaking about maybe marketing on emerging technologies and marketing, something I really am very passionate about or I'm very bullish on in the future is in-game ads. Uh, Now, what exactly is in-game ads? I mean, so when you're playing a game like Candy Crush or something,
Yeah.
sometimes the game gets paused and you have an ad popping out here, one ad popping out here. Maybe sometimes you have to watch a full ad to go to, play the next level or to unlock
Yeah.
a power up or a
Correct.
feature in that game. But these are slightly intrusive experiences, right? The spoil your experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with in-game ads, look at it this way. Let's take the example of cricket or football today. When we watch a cricket or football match, yes, there are a lot of ads, right? You have holdings all across the stadium, be it on the seats or even on the ground itself. You have ads everywhere, which is, if, I mean, much less intrusive than the ads which we just spoke about, which were taking over a whole screen.
Yeah.
Now imagine, now, uh, now let's think of the gaming industry. We know the gaming industry is already bigger than the music and the movie industry
Yeah.
combined. The amount of money there is on, PlayStation games, Xbox games, or gaming in general is just huge.
Yep.
Now imagine I play a FIFA tomorrow. Again, like we watch a football match on the TV, there are a lot of ad slots. There are like umpteen ad slots, and considering a FIFA is all digital, it gives you much more control over the ad placements and technology over there. So
Mm.
imagine an advertiser showing ads within that FIFA game, wherein all the hoardings, maybe the ground or other spots now have ads. This is
Okay.
again a very non-intrusive, efficient way to do that. And people spend a lot of time playing video games. People spend a lot of money on video games.
Mm.
If this technology becomes mainstream and we see more and more advertisers picking it up and showing ads on, say, a FIFA game, what it does, it makes things better for everyone. How the user who actually buys games or plays games has to pay less for that game. Why? Because the publisher who's making those games gets offset on all of his costs through those ads. It
Yeah.
makes your games cheaper, leads to higher adoption, and people
That is a
spend
very good point.
using it more.
Mm.
There's just one example. These in-game ads can be added everywhere. Imagine if you're playing a racing game. I mean, when you drive, you see a screen with an ad.
Yeah.
Similarly, when you're playing a game, you can have a screen like that with an ad coming in that game. So this is
Yes.
something a lot of companies are already investing in that, and this technology already exists in the market, but it's
Yeah.
yet to become mainstream. I think this can be really revolutionary, especially with the amount of time people are spending online. And advertising will continue to keep getting revolutionized like this. Now, we just spoke about Ray-Ban glasses and those smart
Yeah.
glasses, right? Imagine the type of opportunities you have with advertisements over there.
Mm.
The Ray-Ban glasses are really expensive. If you give this option to a user that I'll give you an ad-supported plan I mean, like you have on Netflix, the ad-supported plan is much cheaper now
Yeah.
to buy that glass. It makes the technology more accessible for everyone because of the cost and a win-win scenario for everyone.
Awesome. Yeah.
So
No,
there are some
absolutely.
emerging technologies I believe are coming up.
Yeah. And what are other
So
challenges, Kunal? Like I know AI, to keep up with AI is a challenge, and then shifting consumer patterns, their trends. And what are some other challenges that you have personally acknowledged? And it's time for now you also describe your role as well, which you haven't done yet. I keep diverging you into different questions.
I mean, we are having a lot of fun discussing all these questions.
Yeah.
Now, maybe to take on the role question first, the marketing landscape is very complex. If you talk about just one Google product, like a Google search or ads on YouTube, it becomes really complex because the amount of different things you can do over there.
Yeah.
So Google has a team of product specialists who work with these top tier clients. For example, imagine there is like, say, take any name, maybe this is a Target or a Walmart,
Okay.
and they want, so these are big companies whose marketing budgets run into billions and billions of dollars every year.
Yeah.
They probably spend, billions on Google search or YouTube itself within a year.
Mm.
So these product specialists give a lot of consulting, hand-holding, guidance, feedback, and training to these advertisers on how they should spend their multi-billion dollar marketing budgets on these platforms. They help to train them on the newest features and make sure that they have good optimal marketing strategies to to get the best results out of the marketing budgets. So I'm part of that product specialist team.
Mm.
Within this product specialist team, I specialize in TV360.
Mm.
TV360 is Google's programmatic play.
Mm.
This is basically you know a platform through which you can buy display and video ads across the world, which is not just limited to Google properties like YouTube, but you can also buy ads on Netflix or Spotify or other
Yeah.
third-party websites. So I essentially work with the top tier clients, top tier advertisers Google has,
So you work with
and
their
help
in-house
them make the
marketing
most.
company, marketing department?
So it's usually the in-house marketing department of these advertisers and their media agencies.
Okay. Mm. And Kunal, in your experience, like what client industry do you enjoy more? Like, and what different clients industry you've worked with? Like, is it manufacturing, airline, healthcare? Like, what kind of clients you work with? Is it like just one particular kind of client or different clients?
So I work with clients all across the board because of my role. Uh,
Mm.
it's across, I have travel clients, I have hotel clients, flight
Mm.
companies, I have retailers, I have traditional companies who sell windows and doors as well. So it's all across. At least it does not make me get bored quickly because different customers, different industries have different kind of
Yeah,
requirements.
that's very exciting.
So keeps things industry interesting in terms of which one I enjoy the most is maybe the travel industry. It's something I enjoy working for a lot
No
because
brainer.
maybe I have a
You'll pick a
personal
travel
passion
industry
for
for
the
sure.
travel side. It helps me understand things from their perspective as well on, how do they think about raising flight prices or
Yeah.
raising hotel prices or how they look at the marketing activities. Yeah, so we probably enjoy
Yeah.
the travel industry the most.
Awesome. And Kunal, I talk a lot about small businesses in my channel because that's something I find a passion for empowering small businesses because it takes a very big leap of faith for people, to quit their regular jobs, try to start their small business. So I always want to share ideas in my channel for people who've started their small business. How can they use digital media to grow that business? So I want to know about from you that is like how much it is challenging for a small business owner to do some investment in ads, and is it possible to do marketing with a small budget, like in your opinion?
Yeah, so uh, it is possible, I'll say. I know with new companies coming in, they might first of all lack the resources and the knowledge to, you know, do digital marketing. And yeah, of course, they will have smaller marketing budgets. So to help out these type of users, again, there still are multiple solutions available in the market. For example, if you go to Google Ads, you can run or set up very basic ads as well
You can
with
start small. Yeah.
basically no minimum budget requirement at
I
all.
think
You
there
can
is five
start with something
dollars.
as small
Five
as,
dollars is the minimum, I
yeah,
think.
okay, yeah, $5. You can start something with as
But at
small
Meta,
as
it's $1.
$5. Okay, Meta gives you lets you do it at $1. And these companies are all adding a lot of automated solutions
Yeah.
wherein you just add your budget, your creatives, your audience strategy, and you can start a campaign. I'll recommend for these small scale businesses to
Hmm.
not feel nervous or not feel that because they are coming with limited experience and limited budgets that they will not be able to do marketing efficiently. They still can. It's just that they need to invest some time in going through the guide and the help resources available.
Yeah.
We know, I mean, all big companies know that the next phase of growth is not going to come from a big company like Walmart or Target who already are spending billions. It's
Hmm.
going to come from these small scale advertisers which actually are going to grow tomorrow into multi-million corporations. So for
Awesome.
them, they
Hmm.
should take some time to actually educate themselves from the resources available. We have some really, really good and detailed help articles on YouTube or search ads or any other type of ads you want to run, which describes everything really well. I cannot comment on non-Google resources, but Google resources describe everything really well on how you need to look at it, what are the type of options available. Depending on the time and resources you
Hmm.
have, you can continue to dig deeper into it. You can even take trainings. Google offers the fundamentals of digital marketing training for free online for people who want to understand more about
Yeah.
digital marketing. So you should take some time to run through them. It's very easy to find help articles or videos on YouTube as well.
That's a very
Use
good,
generative, yeah, use
very
generative
good point.
AI definitely. Go and ask Gemini, how do I build a marketing plan for this use case? And then start your campaigns. And
Hmm.
for digital marketing campaigns, it's very, very important to test and experiment.
No, honestly, Google
It's
Ads give you a
Yeah,
very good way to, I mean, it's very user friendly. Someone can start. It's just that when we start to analyze more capabilities of Google Ads, it can also become very complex. But yes, for someone to start their first ad, it is actually possible. You just follow a guide or a YouTube video, small video, and then you can easily follow through and place your first ad by yourself. Even Shikhar is able to place ads by himself, Kunal. So yeah, it is
yeah.
definitely easy.
Who says he's not a tech guy at all? Yeah,
Which
yeah. So
also brings
it's
me, Kunal, to the skills. Like as a marketer and in your role, what are the skills that people need? So this is someone for an upcoming marketer. If they want to get into a marketing career, what are the skills they should focus on?
Yeah. So in general, marketing is something which becomes, I'll say, more analytical than
It
maybe
is very data
creative.
driven.
Yeah, yes, there is a creative side of things as well.
Yeah.
Like people who will actually be designing a marketing strategy from a top. Say for someone who's actually creating a marketing strategy of a Galaxy S25 versus a Galaxy S24 5 Ultra.
Yeah.
There's a creative side of things as well. So probably you need to first align on which side of it which you want to work on, maybe on the creative
Very
side or
good
on the
point.
operation side.
Yeah.
Now, for people like us, we mostly work on kind of the operational on the strategy and operation side of things.
Right.
That we have a product. This is the product's positioning. How do we run the campaign for this? There are people who work on creating the positioning and the brand image. That's for the creative side of things. That's different, which I cannot comment on. But for people like us, I believe it's very analytical.
Hmm.
So you need to have a decent technical acumen, but it doesn't analytical acumen. I'll not say
Yeah.
to go too technical because you don't need to go and learn coding skills and everything with all the resources and help we have available these days. So probably develop an analytical muscle. You need
Absolutely.
to uh, thereafter the next thing is you need to have a basic understanding of what digital marketing is. Now we keep talking about how complex it is, how things are all over the place, how fragmented it is, but still the basic idea behind digital marketing remains the same. So for that, I strongly recommend doing any basic fundamentals of digital
And
marketing
Google Digital
course
Marketing
available
certificate
online.
is really good. Those
Yeah,
seven
it's
courses. Hmm.
it's really good. It's a 40-hour course which walks you
Although my
through the whole
complaint is they
journey.
talk less in videos and you have to be, read all those materials to gain the full knowledge. But yeah, there's still
Yeah,
overall it's a very good
it's
package.
yeah, it's still pretty well structured and bite-sized things, but it helps you give an understanding of the overall in digital marketing landscape. If you have an overall understanding, thereafter you will be able to pick your focus areas and work more deep into it later on when you put everything to practice. So I'll say these are
Hmm.
uh, my recommendations at least, and thereafter, if you're starting a career, you should look for
And just to
projects like
add two
internships
more
or
things to your points is you need to have passion to solve business problems. I think marketing is a way that we are trying to help businesses. So you need to have that passion. And lastly, collaboration. Team collaboration is very difficult. It's not that easy. You keep on learning and improving as you work with different teams. It doesn't come naturally. And then yeah, it is a you need to unlearn that tact of working with different cross-functional teams and stakeholders, and having your emotions in check, also making sure you need each other. It's a win-win situation. So it's a lot of
Stakeholder
back and forth
management.
process.
Yeah, stakeholder management is very, very important in marketing.
Hmm.
It's a very, very stakeholder driven role. I believe a lot of cross team collaborations are required. A lot of stakeholder management is required.
Yeah,
It's important to embrace that as well.
absolutely. Kunal, it was so much fun chatting with you. I'm sure we will have a round two. I hope people comment on our video and let us know how much they enjoyed this one. Any closing thoughts you have, Kunal?
My closing thought will be that the digital marketing industry is really, really interesting
It
to
is.
work in. It is something which is going at a tremendous, tremendous change right now. There are new technologies coming in every day, new challenges like, say a TikTok coming in today to a Snapchat coming in tomorrow. The amount of things which you can do is just, unimaginable. You with the click of a button, you can show ads to the whole world on
Hmm.
spot from everywhere, from Spotify to Netflix to Disney Plus. It's a very, very interesting industry for anyone to come and work in. You will not have a dull day here if you come and try to work here. So I really loved coming here and discussing things with you. Pratik would love to, maybe have more deep dive sessions in the future, or have more such discussions in the future.
Definitely, Kunal. Thank you so much for your time. It is really an exciting world we're living in. And on a closing note, I just want to say AI is your friend, guys. So embrace it.
Yes, AI is a friend. It's not taking away our job. Yeah.
Thank you, Kunal. Hopefully, we'll meet soon in person and really enjoyed our session today, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Pratik. Bye, folks.